Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. So I'm here this morning with an unboxing. So it's morning where I am. I don't know when this will get uploaded. Hopefully sooner rather than later. This is a goodie box of books sent to me by a viewer named Sarah. Sarah has her own YouTube channel. It is called Waterchild Tarot. I will have the details in the box below. She is a Buddhist, and as I understand it, the Buddhist center where she lives was going to be closing down. And so because of that, they were looking to house and rehome books with other practitioners, either from the center or elsewhere. So Sarah very generously offered to collect books for me and send them to me for free. I tried to pay for the shipping. She wouldn't let me. Back, I've got my knives so that I can actually open the box. So some of these books are, well, I think most of the ones that I picked out are ones that are either about different Tibetan teachers who were extremely influential, like in the formation of Buddhism in Tibet, or some of them are also specifically about the life of a teacher that brought a lot of Tibetan practices that I do to the U.S. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. There's a lot of stuff in here. Let's see. So, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. So first of all, I have the most lovely postcard with a note from Sarah on it. I'm going to save that because it's a personal message. Oh my gosh. She's thrown in some extra beautiful things in here for me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Sarah, this is so beautiful. I feel badly I didn't open this a lot sooner. But I knew, like, I wanted to take time over it. Oops, here I am. And I didn't have, like, I just didn't have that moment yet, like, from when it arrived until now. So it arrived early in the week, this week, and then it's Saturday morning now. And this is actually the first time I've really had to sit down and get into it. So that's why I'm super excited about this. I haven't even filmed my videos for the week or anything yet because I'm so excited and nerded out about this. Oh my gosh, there's so much cute stuff in here. So first we'll do the fun stuff that's in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, these are hand poured bees. Oh my god, the smell. Oh, these are hand poured beeswax candles from the bees in Vermont, where Sarah lives. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, so Nancy makes these. So Nancy, who's her mom and another viewer of the channel, is, I guess, Nancy, you make these? Holy cow. Girl, we gotta talk. This is amazing. Wow. Oh my gosh. I love these. I love these. Okay, so I'm going to deviate today from my usual thing when I do my Tibetan Mo, and I'm going to use one of these candles as an offering. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love beeswax so much. Okay, so these are wonderful offerings. Wow. And I love it, too, because they're like a yellow color, so it's kind of almost like a butter lamp. Wow. Okay, so there's one. I'm a big user of recycled packaging as well, because you can reuse it and recycle it and all of those things. Oh, this is a little... Oh, it's black onyx. Look at that. So that's a little piece of lovely black onyx for grounding and protection. I love that. Thank you. I have a little medicine pouch, and it's not here. Yeah, it's sitting on my dresser. So I'm going to put it in my medicine pouch after I bless it. So I'll have that. As you know, having extra bubble wrap is always a good thing to have around. So that's going to go, I can grab it soon. Ooh, this is fabric. Oh, beautiful. Oh! Oh my gosh, it's sandalwood incense. It's Japanese sandalwood incense. I love that. I burn so much incense in this house, it's insane. And sandalwood is by far my favorite. Oh my gosh, the scent is really rich and oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. And I love the fabric too. That'll probably end up in a quilt or a face mask or, you know, a tarot bag. You never know at this house. And then, oh, more beeswax candles. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So you know these are going to go to good use. Oh, I love that. More of them under here. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Oh, I'm going to use these for special things. You know, I love doing that. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so there's a bunch of books in here. This is so thrilling. So the first, The Myth of Freedom and the Way of Meditation by Chogyam Trungpa, aka Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. He was a very, oh, look at that. It's by Shambhala. Look how they do that, their back pages. It even still has the Shambhala postcard in it with a little bookmark on it. Wow. These are amazing. With a dragon. Yeah, I love him. You know, it's really, I could talk about Trungpa Rinpoche at great length, and maybe sometime I will. He was a very controversial teacher because, for a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons. He was a human being who had suffered terrible traumatic stress because of having to flee Tibet on foot. And he fled Tibet on foot when he was 19 years old as a monastic, and he led a group of 200 people, or I can't remember the full story. He led a huge group of people out of Tibet to seek refuge. And a bunch of them died along the way. I mean, it was a really, really traumatic story of his escape. The beauty is that he brought all of these practices from Tibet to the West so that we could really access them a lot more easily and freely. The bad side was that he never was able or didn't address his trauma properly. And so he, like most human beings, he also made mistakes. And some of those mistakes were pretty grievous. I feel strongly about that kind of a situation because I had similar kind of thing go on with my own teacher. And really who was Korean and had a completely different story. But it was really hearing Trungpa's story and connecting with him just, you know, through a documentary about his life as a human being. Not thinking of him necessarily just as a teacher, but also just as a human being, that really helped me heal from the abuses of my own teacher and to see my own teacher more as a human being and more as a whole individual. And it really was like the final step in ceasing, I guess, to see other human beings as anything other than human, right? Because even our teachers, I don't know why it's going so dark, there we go. Even our teachers are human. So even the most enlightened of human beings, even the most spiritually advanced of human beings makes mistakes. We all do. That's just what we do. Every human being, I mean, all of us as human beings are going to do that. the important thing I think is in how we learn to identify when those things have happened and how we take care of them afterwards, right? So what do we do after the fact to make reparations with others when harm has occurred? So, yeah, it really, placing people on pedestals is just so unhelpful. That I've read a couple of times recently about people writing really in a very distressed way about how they're, never meet your idols because you're never going to be anything but disappointed. Well, sure, because they're human. They're not there to bend to your will or your ideas about them or your impression of them or of who they should be. They're just people. And the sooner we're able to realize that, I think being a theater practitioner helped me to recognize that about celebrities, right? Because I worked with a few of them. And at the end of the day, they were really just human. They were just people. And it was kind of heartbreaking in many ways also to have like friends who went on to become famous, to have to see them switch actively between like the human being that they are, or that they were when I knew them as just a person, to having to switch back to being, the public persona, and then watching the darkness settle as they try to reconcile that, because it's very painful. So yeah, I just throw that out there as a thing. I guess that's way more than I intended, but this is his wife. This is a book. I've always wanted to read this. So speaking of, this was Diana J. Mukpo was his wife, his wife and consort, and I always wanted to read her story to find out like what her perspective of him was, because she would have known him better than almost anyone. So that I'm excited to read. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this one. I can't believe I have this. Oh. So it's the 100,000 Songs of Milarepa. Oh my God, what an amazing book. I think this is one of the ones that if you're really serious about, if you're really serious as a practitioner of Tibetan Buddhism, like you really want to know as much as you can about Milarepa. And I'm just so excited. I'm so honored to have this one. It's a sacred book. I'm probably going to put it, I can see it. Am I using the right hand? I am. That spot right over there where you can see the wrapped texts, that's the spot on your altar where you place sacred books. And I think I'm probably going, or enlightened texts. I think I will probably put this one there for a little while. I've done that at various points. I happen to have them here on my desk just because I've been revisiting them. I've done that at various different points with like books about Machig, which I do my best to keep those like safe and kind of in a place that's honored and sacred. Machig's Complete Explanation. I have several books about her, but it's hard. It's hard. You have to really make the effort. But yeah, that one I think I will put there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, that's beautiful. And obviously, like a book like this is not an inexpensive book to get, right? So to have one and be able to, I'm just so honored. Thank you so much, Sarah. Oh my gosh. We have The Practice of Mahamudra, right, by Drikung Kyabgon Chetsang Rinpoche, who I really don't know the work of, but I really wanted to read more about Mahamudra and Mahamudra practice. I know this is something that is taught at Tara Mandala by some of the teachers. I just haven't had the honor really of taking those classes yet. I tend to find the books that I come into contact with are the ones that I end up like, there ends up being like some kind of connection back to something. It's amazing how that works. Okay, this one will make more sense here now. I have The Life of Milarepa. Well, it's new to me. Obviously, this is a used book. It's in great shape. wow. This was a well-kept library. Yeah, Shambhala Center. I figured it must have been a Shambhala Center. We didn't talk about it, Sarah and I, but yeah, I figured it had to be. Yeah, so Milarepa, so this is the life, so it's the most beloved story of the Tibetan people, and one of the greatest source books for the contemplative life in all of world literature. This biography, a true folk tale from a culture now in crisis, can be read on several levels. A personal and moving introduction to Tibetan Buddhism. It is also a profoundly detailed guidebook in the search for consciousness. It presents the quest for spiritual perfection, tracing the path of the great sinner who became a great saint. But it is also a powerful and graphic folk tale full of magic, disaster, feuds, deceptions, and humor. Wow. It was originally published in 1977. It's the first one to appear in any Western language in half a century, and renders this classic of spiritual literature into a simple modern English that reflects the direct power of the original. So you can see why I wanted to get my hands on this one. I'm just so happy to have it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is one I've wanted to read for a long time. So, oh my goodness, there's a lot of reading to go on in here. Another one by Trungpa, Illusion's Game, The Life and Teaching of Naropa. So Naropa University in the United States was ultimately started by Trungpa and his organization. Little known thing, but that now you can kind of connect to who maybe who he is. And again, I've wanted to learn more about Naropa and Milarepa after doing my first retreat ever with Tara Mandala, because it had such a huge, I converted. Well, I mean, I'd already been a Buddhist, but I mean, I moved specifically to practicing Tibetan Buddhism. So another one too by Trungpa. I love his books about art. So this is one about Dharma art. I love everything he writes about art and creativity. That was a way that I came into contact with his work after seeing, I think Cutting Through Spiritual Materialism, I think, is the first one that I came into contact with. And then I didn't read it. I had just heard of it. I now have a copy of it that I've read bits and pieces of. A lot of his books I'll read intensively, put down, and then pick back up again, a year later, 8 months later, however. But his books about art are just out of this world. They're wonderful. And they're close to the way I feel about creating it. This was not what I expected. Wow. I didn't know anything about this book. So this is called Victory Over Aggression, celebrating 30 years of Magyal Pomra encampment. Wow. Oliver Anniversary Celebration 2008. So this is one that Trungpa, I don't know that he wrote it. I know a lot of it includes a lot of information about Trungpa. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. This will be fascinating. He writes a lot about aggression, Trungpa does, and I love reading what he writes about it and about the ways in which we really need to get over it, move beyond it. So it looks like this is him in some of these pictures. There he is. Yeah, so it looks like these are like a lot of articles, and there he is there. Wow. So fascinating. Okay, I can't wait to look at this one. This is not what I expected. I was expecting something more like this, right? But this is, I love it. I love that there's pictures. I'm very excited, obviously. So, oh my gosh, she managed to pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. 9 books. Oh my God, Sarah, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to be busy, clearly. clearly going to be busy. Another thing Trungpa did, like I can't help but talk about it, like this is going on forever. But another thing he did that was so amazing that I really respect is, and that really brought my interest to him when I was still when I was still practicing Zen rather than Tibetan Buddhism. And that is that he places an emphasis on basic meditation, just shamatha meditation, sitting and being and experiencing, rather than all of the sort of Nyingtig and Karma Kagyu ritual practices that I tend to like so much. But, you know, really keeping in mind, like the first, I don't know how many years of my practice, all I did was shamatha and loving kindness. So I felt very called recently back to that, and back to the quieter rituals, and then bringing out my, you know, or not quieter rituals, quieter meditation, and then coming back to more of my, more of the more formalized ritual, less frequently, instead of making those a daily priority, or, you know, when I sit and practice, making those the priority. So, yeah. And I recently had the pleasure of speaking with Nancy, and we were talking about that. And it reminded me, like, yes, I have felt called back to that, and being put in touch with, you know, other practitioners who also do tarot, and who really have an appreciation for Trungpa Rinpoche's work. Yeah, I don't know. It put it back in mind and made it a priority. Reprioritized it for me. So thank you, both of you. Thank you so much. For everyone else, I really hope this was interesting, at least, and educational. And I'll see all of you again very soon. Take care. Bye.